Hey y'all, welcome to Self-Care Sunday, the Monday edition. Last night was Super Bowl Sunday and I had book club, and then I just got kind of caught up. And so I came to you guys. I said I gotta give the people something. So I want y'all to give me some grace because sis had a lot going on yesterday, but I'm here today. And that's one of the first things that we got to start doing when we're taking care of ourselves, right? We have to make sure that we are allowing ourselves the grace to reinvent ourselves, and also just being able to reconstruct or rebuild something, right? So that's that on that. But welcome to my channel, welcome to my page. Thank you for following me, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking. I'm gonna make this one quick. My question to myself this week, I've been doing a lot of preparation because I know that an end of an era has come upon me in my life and has brought me to a new place. And I've been thinking to myself, my God, what is happening next? And just kind of been feeling a little overwhelmed. And so one of the things that my aunt actually started with me, shout out to my auntie Rennie, and if you know me personally, you know how much I love this woman. I love her so much. But she got me this box, and in this box it's called a milestone box, and it's supposed to be filled with moments in which God has shown up in my life, in which times that I've seen great turnaround and in great moments of peace and great moments of growth. And so I started thinking to myself, what do I need to do in this moment? I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And it came to me, and it was just like, stop and think about all of the times that a way has been made for you. So that's what I want you to do this week. As you're going through the motions of the week, showing up at the job, constantly looking at your vision board, constantly looking at where you desire to be and who you want to be, right? Because I challenged you guys to make your list. I challenge you guys to make your list of 5 things that represent the woman that you want to be. I asked y'all to do that. And so as you're looking at that list and you're thinking about the things that you're going to have to change or update to prepare to be her, think about, well, as soon as the fear hits, right? Because sometimes, and I think this is kind of true, but if you don't have a little bit of fear, then it's not requiring any faith. Right? If you can do it all on your own, it's not putting you in a place where you're having to stretch yourself to believe that greater or different or new is coming your way. So when that moment comes, that duress, that stress, the first thing I do is I start reaching out to my support system, and I'm like, okay, y'all, I need y'all to pray for me, because right now I'm having to get my mind in alignment with my purpose. I'm having to get my heart. Lord, give my heart the courage so I can be who you called me to be, so I can go where you've called for me to go. But also, God, remind me, bring me into remembrance. And Judah wants to be a co-host tonight, but he's not. But call me into remembrance, Father, of the times that you provided for me, of the times that you said that you were going to have my back. God, remind me of the times that you showed up and showed out for me. Remind me of the prayers that I didn't even have to answer. that I didn't even have to pray, but answers were provided to me before I even got there. So I just want to encourage you today. Our self-care strategy is to be in remembrance. Number 1, be in remembrance. Remember the times that God came through for you. Remember the times that God spoke to you. What was he talking about? What did he tell you? What did he say? And then I want you to start to worship. And that's something that I have had to yield to do, right? So my first self-care tip for you was to bring yourself into remembrance of the goodness and the faithfulness of God. But the second thing I was telling you to do was get into a place of worship, where you literally just say, you know what, I'm going to pick this one worship song. And right now my worship song is available by Elevation Worship. I love Available and Respond because of where I am in my walk. And I don't know where you are in your walk. I don't know what it is that God is about to do in your life or where he's bringing you to. But I do know that we all have something, right, that is coming up, because we're all in a transition. This is a season of transition. So I really want to close out and say this, that the third thing I really want you to do is just commit to have an intentional conversation with God. And if you're like, well, Sydney, I don't really know about this whole prayer thing. I don't think God hears me. The first thing you always do when it comes to prayer, number one, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when I first, gave my life to Christ a couple years ago, for real, gave my life to Christ, my conversations with Jesus went a little something like this. And this is really, really bad. This is really, really bad. But Jesus, they got me effed up. And that's what I would say, like, I don't know who they think they are. You better handle it, because I feel like I'm getting ready to unleash the dragon, and the people don't want to see that. And God, I don't got time to wait on you, so you need to work this out. I mean, that was my conversation with God. Was my conversations with anybody else in the street. I had to learn first of all, I had to learn how much God loves me, and that a lot of the hostility and the anger and the frustration that I was unleashing, not just on him, but on people, came from a place of unforgiveness, and it came from a place of bondage inside of my heart. And so once I started to understand how much God loves me and how much of a plan he has for my life, I began to be able to let go of some of that bitterness and some of the, all of it, all of the bitterness, all of the unforgiveness, the things that were holding me back, so that then I could understand, I could hear, God better. And I could say, you know what, Daddy, the real me, I wasn't showing up to God anymore on the defense. Like, I'm ready to go. I was showing up to God like, Daddy, I really need you to come through for me. And so I want to encourage y'all to just really get on that wave and go to God however way you need to. Right? And throw some respect on his name. Now, he is Jehovah Jireh. You know what I'm saying? Now, he is Yahweh. So throw some respect on his name. But just make sure when you show up that you remember that God is always listening, that your prayers are always being answered. And then just ask God to forgive you. Just ask God to forgive you for being disobedient, for wanting to do things your own way, for wanting to go in your own direction, for just not trusting him. And just ask God to just forgive you, and ask him to just divorce your heart from any covenants that may have been made before you were even born, right? Because we know that spiritual covenants can be made and we don't even know about it. Things that are on our bloodline, like curses and stuff like that. Spiritual curses can run rampant. I feel like I'm getting really deep into this. All I'm telling you is that you need to make sure that after you bring yourself into remembrance, after you go into worship, stop and spend some time with God. Ask God to forgive you. Release yourself from foolishness, from the past. Release yourself from that. And then just ask God to come in and just fill you up with his peace and his goodness and his mercy. I love y'all, and I really, really hope that tonight's Sunday Self-Care Monday edition was really helpful and useful to you guys. Thank y'all, and make sure you share. Bye.